Yes! Oh, wicked. Rock and roll. How is everyone doing? Let's rock! Yes, awesome. Yes, okay, good. Fantastic. Right, so number one, first of all, how is everyone doing? Number two, right, we're going to have, this is going to be a good fun day today because we're going to do a lot of really technical things, which I think, that's the bits which I like, you know. I want to have a lot of technical things. I want to have, like, you know, sort of things that are going to be challenging, and that is what we're facing today. So, what I was actually kind of like left in a bit of a cliffhanger last time was I wanted to introduce a new attack type where the idea is it does some damage, but it also puts some rubbish in your deck. And that is what, and like I'm got about as far as creating the move, but the concept of actually creating a whole new move, like a new enemy move, is quite difficult. And that is where that is what we're gonna work on. So, right. So let me see if let me see what I can do. So scrap attack is the one that we're looking for. And let me just press play. Let's see where we're at. I'm using some caffeine. I realise I need caffeine, or otherwise I can't stay as pumped. And who would want a sort of you know, who would want a boring version where I just sort of, you know, where I talk at a normal speed? Boring. Right. So we're looking at these moves here. This is actually kind of what we're looking to actually sort of edit and stuff. So this this whole thing, monster attack symbol go, is what we're actually working on. So what's the actual bit of code? I think it's this bit here, edit script. And this sort of attack symbol gives you the idea as to what the monster attack is going to be. So set all values. Let's have a look at this. Aha. So oh yeah, right. This is going to be a little tricky. I won't lie. I think this is the bit where I left last. I was trying to look at this. I was thinking, what am I doing over here? I don't think it's quite as difficult as it looks. I think all I'm actually doing here is, even though it looks like an incredibly complicated way of doing it, as you saw with that little arrow going sort of pointing left, that's to indicate his next move is simply he's just going to jump forward one space. But there's some moves where you need two pictures. So one picture to show, like, for example, he's going to eat a totem and gain some strength out of it, and the second one is a sword to show he's going to do this much damage as well. And what all of this is doing, even though it seems incredibly, this is just to essentially fix all of that. It isn't actually too difficult, because when you've got two symbols, right, then you want them like this. But if you want one symbol, you don't just get rid of it, you actually want to move it central, and this is the, like, seemingly quite complicated way of doing that, because we're turning off one. Anyway, don't worry about that. I just thought that's what we're working at, what we're working on. So monster attack class, that's what we're kind of looking at. So let's go first of all, let's find all the references of this. Let's hope it's not too many. No, that's okay. So what we're kind of doing now, is, so we have a summon. It's the point at which we summon it. So this monster attack class shows all the details of our, like, current attack that we're doing. Summon routine. Oh no, maybe, yeah. So it's the points at which, so if we actually go into go to definition of this. Oh, I see. This monster attack class. This might be the actual big old script that we were after before. So this is all the information you'll need for each attack, and I believe so. Right, okay, I think we can actually relax a little bit now. We're kind of, this was what I was looking for before. So all of this is simply about making sure each attack does a thing. So what have we actually got? We've got all the attacks here. We're going to add another one here, which will be case. Hold on, let me actually just try and work out before I continue. I think this will be the most similar, although it won't be exactly the same. So case scrap attack. We've got 2 ints. So one int to indicate how much rubbish we're putting in, and another integer to indicate how much damage we're doing, because it's doing 2 things. And here is where we're looking at it very sort of cautiously. And I believe, so what number 1 is, so in this returning ints, this number here is to indicate monster magic times by 1/10. That's basically saying what's like, how many totems are we destroying? So it's going to be whatever the monster magic is, and it's 1/10, or 1/10 of that. So if they've got a monster magic of 50, it means it's going to destroy 5 totems. But in here, I think we still want the same scale, because I don't want this attack to be too broken. So all it's going to do is just put 1 bit of rubbish in your deck. So it's so I think we can keep with all of that. Right, the sprites. Here we go. Action symbol sprites. This is important. What we need to do now is find where we actually get hold of these action symbol sprites, and add our new sprites that we've made. So let's go to definition. Over here, so sprites, monsters, symbol. Let's have a look. So sprites, monsters, symbol. So these are all of our like potential moves that we can do, and now I'm going to add a few more. That's my plan. All right. So I might have to change a few things around. Oh, we probably better stop this. And let's go. I think I've got a bit open here already. So if we go here, these are different drones that I'm looking to make, which I'm quite excited about. So first of all, Control-Shift-S. This is actually something I'm going to work on a little bit later, but I'm excited. You know, this is like a bit of a sneak peek as to what we're going to do later. Overwrite it, yes. And that's going to be the trash symbol to indicate that we're adding trash. And that's going to be another move which I've kind of got an idea for, but I haven't really thought it through yet. So we're going to go Control-Shift-S, save as a PNG. Yep. Okay, so we have actually got them all saved in the right place. So even though this is going to look a little tricky, I kind of want these 3 here. So we're going to get a few like sort of almost administrative things done here. I want to call this monster stat symbol 018. Control C. Because where it gets a bit confusing is that the drone sprites are actually kept in a separate place to the move sprites. So anyway, don't worry, I won't go into too much detail. It doesn't matter too much, but we need to save them there. But I think somewhere around here we have drones, and we want to put these drones in there as well. So let's do that. I don't know why I've angled that. I don't know what looks better, actually, to be honest. It's going to be either, don't know, an angle. Don't know. I'll stick with those. Yeah. So those can just fit in without too much problem. Which is all very useful. So, now that we've done that, we've got to work out exactly what number our trash symbol is. I haven't put in the trash symbols yet, have I? That's easily rectified. That's no problem. What's the extras? Symbols. So it's just these two that we're going to put in. We'll have to change these numbers. In fact, no, it's safer if I change it on the thing. So let's go put these bad boys in symbol, and obviously the important thing that we need to do. Let's go have that as 21, and this one as 22. So now we can get hold of all these symbols, which we will need. Hopefully we'll be able to find the use of all of these symbols throughout the whole show. But here's one thing that I normally forget, but I'm going to remember, is we need to make sure that we're changing all these numbers. So these are 64. So all of these new ones that we've put in, these are going to be 64. Point filter none and apply. And we'll do the same over here. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, okay. Right, let's have a look at something. Oh, no, maybe everything's fine. Okay, no, it's no worries. So the drones actually come across a bit bigger on the screen, which is fine. There's probably a good reason as to why I did it. And hopefully that won't cause us too much problem, because that's going to be another important thing, is to make sure that, yeah, like generally I want to add more fun to the game, and I think like at the moment, as you're fighting all the enemies at the moment seem a little bit the same as the next, whereas what I plan to do is add a lot more spice to the whole game, where you're like, oh, this particular enemy does this, so now I need to actually play cautiously. It's like there's going to be an enemy that's that eats the armor off of beans and heals for it. So you know you're playing against him, then you want to actually have as fewer armored enemies as you can. Right, good. Okay, so that's done. Now let's go back into our code. I'm so glad I eventually, because this is a big script. This script here is a really big script that sorts out all of the enemy attacks, and I had just forgotten it. So what we want is the symbol of the trash, the scrap I should say, which is 21. 21. So like we're getting hold of all of these, and we know that this is number... Well, it's the 22nd in the list, but it will be number 21 on the array, because arrays start at 0. Right, so I believe that will be... Oh no, hold on, 21. I think it's 21. Okay, that's fine. So this is where we assign the attack, and I think that's all we need to do. So we're going to add more attacks a bit later, but let's worry about that a bit later. So I'm going to save this now. Scrap attack. Let's go. Find all references. Okay. I was hoping there was going to be a few more references that I could come to, but that's okay. So what we need to do now is make sure that when he knows it's this symbol, he's going to do the scrap attack. Because I think I've actually already programmed the scrap attack itself. Oh yeah, and actually, you know what? It's easier for me to slightly backwards engineer it. So we're going to go on to That's what I wanted to click. Oh yeah, of course, there's a bit of loading involved. But we are essentially, we're going to go to the combat. Where is it? So, where are we? End of turn master, that's fine. We're going to work it out from there at the point at which it performs the attack, and then we want to just follow the line and work out exactly how to do it. So end of turn routine. If the map script is less than that, then we're going to start beginning off combat, which we don't need to worry about. Otherwise we're doing normal, so let's go to this definition. Begin combat, combat routine. That sorts out all the ranges. Haha! Perform attack. This is where we're. This is like what we're going for. So perform attack. Effect main. This is just making sure it's the main attack. So first of all, it makes the symbol fade away and waits for it to fade. Then perform attack. This is the big one. So go to definition. Right. So what we need here now is case monster action type dot scrap attack. Now start coroutine. I can't remember what I've called it. Perform scrap attack routine, and it looks like it doesn't need any arguments. And I think we're actually, that might be enough. That genuinely might be enough. But let's go to this definition. Let's just have a little analysis, see what it does, see if it does all the things that we want it to do. Okay. So, small scrap and... I have a feeling that might need to be... Yeah, that needs to be 0, because you know I was talking about the integers that we're setting. I believe this is referring to the whatever the monster magic is over 10, which will hopefully be 1 when it's rounded up. So that'll be saying like put 1 small scrap in, and this bit here. I think it's easier to, because I did the code last time, like basically I did most of this last episode, but then actually what I've done now is just kind of get to the bit where we're actually like we're actually able to do the attack. So let's say Benji is going to be the one. So the reason I say Benji is because at this precise moment we've got Benji set up there. So we're going to go into our monster SOs, find Benji, good old Benji, add something, initial monster attack. Oh yeah, cool. So we can actually, let's go scrap attack and then give this a try. Okay. So I'm actually kind of quite happy to be creating oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. So one thing that's interesting to note, yeah, this thing is upgrading cards every time. So it's okay, we don't need to worry too much. Okay, so this is trash attack. So, oh, I need to actually have enough defense to survive this attack, or otherwise we're not going to learn too much. Yeah, get some life back as well. Let's get some armor. Okay, so what are we expecting to happen? I believe, right, this is kind of like using the reference from last episode. What we're hoping to happen is he's going to bounce up and down, and then there's going to be some trash added to here, right? Some small scrap. And then he's going to attack for 13. So we've got 10 defense. He's going to kill all the beans and then bring us down to 35 life. Our archers are going to attack as well. But our archers will die because the town's taking damage. So now, hopefully... Yeah, we've got some small scrap. So the thing with this scrap is it's permanently on our deck forever. So now he's got a totem destroyer. So... he destroys a totem and gains some attack. So he's doing 13 at the moment, and I think it's because his attack is 20. But once he's eaten a totem, not only is he going to have eaten a totem, but he's going to gain some life as a result. Because I just want the idea, I want moves to be a little bit more sinister. We're going to get rid of that scrap, we may as well. So yeah. Okay, and I've actually got a to-do list of everything that I'm looking to do today. So, right, anyway, where are we? So now he's actually doing 21 damage. Is the attack only going up by 1 each time? I think that was the sort of safe thing to do, but I don't know. I don't know if 1 is too low a amount. But that's kind of going to be more the balancing thing. We're going to worry about that later. Maybe it should be 5. You know what? Changing it already. Executive decision. Big decision. We're going to change it. So the Totem Smash routine. Oh, it is. It does go up by more. So I kind of want to do a bit more of an experiment here. If his monster magic was, say, 15, then I believe it would mean 2 bits of trash we're going to go in. Because it's divided by 10 and then rounded up. 2 totems are going to be destroyed. And it will be 15 divided by 3, which is... No, sorry, 15 divided by 5, which is 3, which means it will get 3 attack for each totem being destroyed. So this is just I'm going to just kind of actually legitimately try and win this. This looks like it's going to be a tough fight. So let's just go for it. I've also decided to start on a small amount of life as well. 1, 2, 3... We can do that. Oh, of course, yeah. Because I've got so many totems, I've only actually got 2 proper cards left in my deck. I think I should be okay because I've got enough defense. But yeah, so he's going to add some rubbish to my deck. I don't want to kill him this turn because I still want to experiment with a few things. So I'm just going to hold the line. So this is him putting some rubbish in my deck. And so that's the rubbish that he's just put in. And now he's going to destroy 2 totems. Now I've got to just make sure I've got enough defense to survive. So we're just working on defenders. Oh, I don't want to kill him accidentally. That's enough defense to survive. It's fine. And we want to make sure 2 of these get destroyed and his attack goes up by more. So let's have a look. So, oh, okay. It looks like it's gone up by 3. I was thinking it was going to be 6 because 2 things were. Oh no, it's only. Which is fine. That's how I've coded it. So it just means it gets more attack as a result of destroying it. I thought it was going to be 4 each. So what I could do is I could make it so it gains attack for each totem being destroyed, which I think makes more sense. So for I equals 0, I less than number of totems being destroyed. I think that just makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? So you're almost incentivized not to play totems. Okay. Right. Rah. Okay. Oh. And it actually flashes red for each time. Do I want that to happen? Or do I want it to just flash once? What looks better? Nah, let's go like that. So the only bit that we're actually looping is the concept of adding the attack, adding more attack. But I'm sure enough of this that I don't need to test it. I'm pretty sure this is just going to work, and we'll probably end up testing it inadvertently later. So, oh yeah, did the classic saved while it's mid game, which is fine though. Okay. So that's really good. Now what I've got over here, let's go bring this bad boy. So I've started putting a little bit more of a to-do list. I was trying to work out all the things that we need to do, and there's something that. So we can do some easy things. So tweak armoured enforcers and defenders to be better, because they're just a bit rubbish at the moment, and that shouldn't be too hard. So I think that let's just do a quick easy win just while we're here. So armoured enforcers, at the moment it's 2 mana. So my original thought was just making this number higher, but there's a lazier option that might even be a more sensible option of just simply making the mana cost 1, because I think at that point it would then be a balanced card, I think, because at the moment spending 2 mana for 4 armoured attackers is just bad. You know, that's just not a good investment of. Yeah, so I think we just do that. And I think that's actually all we need to do, because yeah, like I say, I was thinking maybe it should be 6 and then make all the numbers higher, but I think we just half the value, and I think suddenly it becomes better. Right, yeah, done, easy. Okay. Okay, right, brilliant. Well, that was one done. This one. Oh yes, now this is going to be a little bit of a difficult one. I do want to do this because I've got a particular card which I really like the idea of, but it doesn't really do anything and it seems completely pointless, which is called something like Hold the Line or something like that, which means that your attackers don't attack this turn. But there's almost no real reason, there's very little reason that you would ever want to do that, and it just does a few things which I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. So we're gonna work on that in a little bit. There was a particular one that I really wanted to do. When a cards are being scrapped, you make a different particle effect. Oh, that's something that we can work on. This should be fine. So when we're actually scrapping cards, because like scrap is essentially rubbish, what I have done is I've made a like what I want to have. I'll show you. It's going to be easier. So that is what I kind of want to do first. So yeah. So what we need to do first is I've just got to think the actual quickest route to get here. So if we have card actions, edit this script, and Vanquish Go. Here we go. Let's go find all... no, sorry. Find all references. Instantiate Vanquish. Create Vanquish effect. Because I think this Vanquish is just a sort of... yeah. Sorry, so let's go find all references here. Ah, yes, okay. This should be no problem at all. So, what we're going to do... sorry, I reckon this will only take me about maybe 10 minutes. I think this will be quite easy. So, we've got this Vanquish effect, which is this sort of smoky effect as it disappears. But what I kind of like is that I'm going to look at this effect, tweak a few things on the particle effect, like duplicate it, because it's not as though there's anything wrong with the Vanquish one. But we're going to like tweak it so that it does my new thing, which I'm going to show you. Now, what's the best way? So first of all, we're actually so particle effects Vanquish PE. So resources, close all that. I think prefabs, particle effects. Vanquish PE, we're just going to duplicate this, alright, and this one here we're going to call Scrap PE. And I've got to work out exactly, because what we've got texture animation sheet. Now, it shouldn't be too hard to... yeah, I'm going to do a bit of exploring, because like it's not actually... I'll show you what the pictures that I'm looking to put in are, and it's going to be over here. We've got got to remember where it is now. Particle effects, scrap. Here we go. So this is essentially what I'm looking to put in. So it's going to be, you know, you're just going to see random pictures like that, but the effect is actually going to be very similar. And we might need to, if I go like this, file, I think export sprite sheet, export. I don't know where it exports to. That's kind of annoying actually, because I think I did that before. Let's... no, I probably... actually, as much as I would love to... oh, this is just it, isn't it? Oh, we've actually got the picture here. In fact, I've had it multiple times, I think. It's here, isn't it? Yes. As much as I've exported, I haven't actually saved it yet. So let's close this to save any... let's close that, scrap... yeah, this is it. Control-Shift-S. We're just going to simply save it as a PNG. Oh, now I know why I was getting so confused, because what that did is it just put this in a big, like, line like this, which is, I think, what we're going to need to do. This is what I'm after. Right. Let me just put it somewhere. Let me just put it somewhere that let's have a look. Just in resources in general. So it's right at the bottom. We're going to find a home for that in a sec. Because we might need to create a material. Can't remember. So... at the moment where it comes renderer, where we've got graph map, that's what I wanted. Okay. Haha. Right. So we can actually now have our scrap sheet over here. And I kind of want to just duplicate this, and we'll call it scrap map. And put this over there. So they're the pictures that we're looking to get. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, so now we're there. We can go back onto this scrap thing here, and we want to change the material to scrap that. Now this is going to look rubbish to begin with. Let's just see how rubbish it looks. But I'm expecting it. Yes, don't worry. And that's all we need to do. All right, pack it up, guys. That's all we needed all the time. That's all we ever needed. No, obviously, there's, I think it's, so 64. Let's just, yeah. Oh, that looks even worse. What's the actual size of this? It is 64, that's fine. But like, yeah, this will be a bit of tweaking. So it's like, as I'm kind of doing it, I'm going to explain like my sort of thought as I go through it, but it might not make an awful lot of sense. So texture sheet, animation, time mode, because in a way, it's not really animating at all. We want to just pick one at random. Tiles. Let's have a look. Sometimes when you define the tiling of the texture. So let me just kind of do a bit of experiment, see what that does. If that was 1, what does that do? Okay, we're actually, if that was 5. Because at the moment it's still swapping, so yeah, so like I said, I'm going to be a little quiet while I do this because let's see. Single row. Ah, no, I've lost it, everything. Right. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, like I say, normally this is why I quite often do particle effects off stream, just purely because you know, there's going to be someone who's really good at particle effects who's going to be looking at this, being like, "What are you doing?" But so, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that's actually a start, isn't it? What if that was 2? Okay, that goes back to 1. Random. Because what we kind of want is for all the, like, it to pick one of the random frames. Yeah, one of the frames randomly. So start frame. So if that was, say, 1. Random between 2 constants. I think, is it 0 and 5? Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. What if I did 1 there? What if I did now 64 there? Okay, I think we're kind of getting closer. I mean, that's actually not bad. But we want to, we kind of want each frame to be separated. Let's go make the playback speed 0.1. Play. Oh, is 6 the main number? Is 6 the big boy number? I think that could be it, actually. Oh, why is it 6? Is it just because there's 6 pictures and I thought there was 5? There's 6 pictures. I don't even think it's that difficult. I just thought there were 5. That's why we were struggling. So when we're actually back at normal premium speed, how does this look? That looks okay, doesn't it? So now we want to make sure that when we right. And does that look okay as well? Am I okay with that? I quite like it. I kind of like the idea that the actual force is going to be slightly more randomised. It's not just going to go up. I like the idea that it can go at a slightly different... so, random between 2 constants. So, the x, I want it to be, say... Let's see, what if we did, say, -4 and 4? Kind of looks okay. And I want there to be a bit more gravity involved as well. Gravity modifier 1. Let's try that. Oh, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Maybe that could go up a little bit more. Oh. The thing that's a bit confusing is it looks like it's all going down, whereas the Y should be pushing it up a little bit more. So, I mean, let me just experiment by doing 30, 30. Okay, all right, yeah, okay. 10 and 10. Let's go 10 and 30. 10 and 20. I think that's okay, isn't it? Because I want that sort of satisfying feel that it's like, yes, good, I've got rid of all that rubbish. Okay. Right, now... yeah, okay, so now... this actually shouldn't be too difficult to make it so that when we actually play any rubbish card, that effect occurs. So let's give us a try. Okay, so how are we going to do that? We are... let's have a look. Materials, prefabs, particle effects. So we're going to just copy this path here, copy path, and then go back into here. And where we've got Vanquish go, we're going to have Scrap go. I think that should be fine. Private game object Scrap go. And I'm like, yeah. So now we can just go Scrap go equals resources dot load game object. And now I copied that path earlier for good reason. We can put this bad boy in here, get rid of all the rubbish bits that we don't need. So now we have the ability, now our main card action script has got access to this Scrap go. So find all references here. So now let's just go Control C, Control V, create Scrap effect. And this will be exactly the same. That'll be Scrap go. Because what I've done as well, which we're going to just come back, but I kind of want to explain it as I go. Destroy after a certain period of time. I've just got a bit of a script, so it's all ready, because I just duplicated this, it's still got that, so it's just going to destroy itself. It's not anything particularly complicated, and yeah, so that shouldn't be too hard. So now we just want to, let's go find all references here. There's only one, which is really good. And now, if we have, so removing card from deck is essentially the scrapping. So if remove card from deck, else do all of that. So when we're actually removing the card from the deck, or hence like scrapping the card, we can have create scrap effect. Okay. Right, so I think this is just going to work. I've got full faith this is just going to flat work. Okay, so let's have a little experiment. Let's go into the game. We can also, now that we also can experiment to see if the move has worked as well. Oh no, I'm still in this. Hold on. Does that mean I just get this tiny little screen? Hopefully it'll just go full screen. Yeah, everything's fine. Right, so let's go. Let's just play like we did before. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's okay. Actually, I should have done that. It doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can just create some stuff. This is more just to empty my deck a little bit. And I think I have done the coding so that it doesn't give me too much of grief if I don't have enough cards, because I've officially only got 2 main cards in my deck. So now let's just end turn. This is the time to experiment. So he's going to create 2 trash cards. So that's the trash going in. Right, so this is the scrap. Now the reason we've done all of this is because we want to see... Yeah, that's good. So that's like, this is the symbol that it's just getting rid of all the... Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's to give you the feeling that you're getting rid of all the rubbish in your town. Now we can also experiment with... to see if the totem works. So at the moment his attack is 20. Now when he eats 2 totems, his attack's going to go up by 3 times 2, so 6. So ideally his next attack after we've done this is going to be 26. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's worked. That's fantastic. Okay, brilliant. Right, now there's another little... Yeah, everything's fine. Okay. So, because one thing as well that didn't occur to me, that I don't think is a problem, I'm going to have a look at it and then I'll explain what's kind of like just at the back of my mind that could be a problem. Where we have... potential enemy attack script. Scrap attack, final references over here. Actually, this is what we want to look at. Go to definition. Okay, yeah, the important thing to note here, I believe. Ooh. Yes, it's fine. So what we've actually done here, it's an interaction that I don't want to occur, is he's gaining attack, which in theory would mean this attack would actually be higher, but we're sticking to what its original attack is. So I know this probably doesn't make an awful lot of sense, but there is a good reason as to why I wanted to make sure that that was attack ints and not what the actual, not the proportion of attack that it could be, because in theory, it should eat those totems and then do more than the original 13, whereas I want to stick it to doing the original 13. Okay, that's good. Right, now, next up, there's actually, we're going to do, I think we can start ticking some things off. Let's have a look, where are we? When cards are being scrapped, yep, make a different, that's good, that's in testing. Tweak the armoured enforcers, done that. I mean, to say it's in testing, I mean, I may as well just put it to being done. So make trash card effect. We've done that. I thought that's actually... Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the same. Okay, actually, no, that's something different. I know what that's about. So what we're going to do next is stuff. Right, so what I kind of want to do, let's do the easy thing, then the hard thing. Right, okay, the easy thing. Right, very easily done, no problem whatsoever. Is when you add trash to your deck, that's a bad thing, right? And at the moment, whenever trash is added, you get a sort of quite nice, rewarding, sparkly effect, as if it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. And so I want to vanquish Matt. I think, yeah, let's go find out the exact effect that's being made, find out the reference to it, and then we kind of want to use those same pictures that we use for rubbish, just like to make it feel slightly as though it's a bad thing that trash is being added to your deck. Now this shouldn't be too hard. I think we can nail this pretty quickly. In fact, right, it's 2 o'clock now. Let's see if I can get this one done in 8 minutes. So 8 past 2. Right, let's see if I can get this done. So, what needs to happen? I'm looking at the wrong thing. I mean, the problem with Quantum Leap was it's kind of the same idea. It was brilliant, but you know when you're thinking, well, okay, is there actually going to be any, is it just episode after episode, or are you going to finally kind of get to the, is there going to be any sort of ongoing concurrent storyline? And it's like, no, we'd love this format. It's going to be the same idea every episode. I love it. I'm not taking anything away from Quantum Leap. Why are we talking about Quantum Leap? I don't know. Right, I was... so I think it's actually this bad boy here. Let's go... okay. I want to close all but this, but keep him there. So, potential enemy attack scripts. I probably should write that down, because we're going to need to come to that later, but just so I can clear the path, let's close all but this. Why are we doing all this? It's because... Control MO. Add inspirations to your deck. Okay, why am I looking here? I will tell you. Make deck sparkle. Okay. Go to definition. And then let's keep this here. Make deck sparkle. So, so all we actually need to do is essentially copy this. Control C, Control V. This should be red. Make deck. Okay. I'm going to say rubbishy. Okay. And then we're going to change the routine to make deck rubbishy routine, and here we're going to have make deck rubbishy. The reason being is because almost all of this is the same code. We just want to get, where's this card upgrade go? We want to make a duplicate that, and it's going to be card scrap go, or something like that, so that instead of it going sparkly, it's, oh yes, oh wow, oh nice, oh rock and roll. How is everyone? Sorry, I do apologise, I was not paying attention. How is everyone doing today? Oh yes, awesome. Lakia Gaming, how's it all going? Oh sweet, awesome. Oh yeah, how's the game coming on actually? How long will it be until it's like until you're actually releasing it onto the store? Yeah, I'm very excited because I've been doing actually a bit of play testing with other people's games lately, and it's actually a lot of fun because you can be like, yes, 14th of October, right? I'm going to pencil that in. That's, yeah, absolutely awesome. And do you reckon you can have it all done by then as well? Like, is there still actually that, like, 14th of October? That's just over a month. I mean, I tell you, I'm trying to get my game on the on the Steam, just the wish list. So I'm still a little bit farther behind where you are. But I'm trying to get my, just for it to be wish listable by roughly that time, by October. But I'm still a little bit, I'm trailing behind. I need to have good sort of efficient days today. Right, where were we? So, where we've got our card upgrade go, let's go find all references here. Right, so prefab, card stuff, card upgrade go. Okay, let's have a look at this. Prefabs. So that'll be resources, prefabs, card stuff, card upgrade, go. And now is this just a... this is just a particle system. So let's go duplicate this. Control D. And this will be called something like card scrap go. So now let's go into that. And we're going to do a lot of what we did earlier, where we've got the texture animation sheet. Change this here. I'm going to change this sparkle map to the rubbish one. Oh, NPC missions, nice. Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah. That is, I think, like, you have got a lot more discipline than I do. I think because I've got like a different job, like as it is, yeah. So I'm very much like I can, yeah, sort of do this in my own time. But it's just, it is so much better to actually have proper deadlines, even if you're creating the deadlines yourself. It's really good. NPC missions is the big thing, is still from. After that, it's mainly polishing, bug bashing, and getting some great feeding from some. Oh wow, yeah. Oh nice. Oh awesome. So, yeah, you're way more organised than I am. Like it's just so much more organised. Right. Oh, that looks rubbish, but don't worry, we can fix that. So what we actually did, I think, if we do single row, that to be 6, and then play. That's almost there. Frame is going to be random between 2 constants, and it'll be 0 and 6. Oh, that sure, play. It looks like it's a little bit too fast, but that's okay. And at the moment there's some sort of yellow tinge that we're getting it colour over lifetime. We can just get rid of that altogether, I think. So let's go give that a play. That, even though that looks rubbish, I think that will look better in a sec. Oh yeah, oh wow, that's actually really good to know. I mean, like, I'm nearish to London, like in, so I think it's kind of that classic sort of system of, you know, it's like, I mean, in the ring of the M25, but it still doesn't count as being London. But I can get to London. Yeah, so it's like Watford. Right. So naturally, sorry, I don't know what I'm playing now. We need to actually we need to do a few more things. So first of all, let's go back over here. We've got card scrap go. Let's go copy path. Card upgrade. Huh. Okay. Looks like we've actually got scripts there. I don't know what that's about, but hopefully everything should be fine. Game object dot card scrap go. Let's go put that there, and then card scrap go equals resources. Quite a few last time worth. Oh right. Oh wow, so that's actually so it's insomnia. It's something that I have got to look into. At the moment I feel I'm not quite confident enough with my game to do that. But that is one of those things which I genuinely would. I think I genuinely would want to do something like that. I think I can't remember if I told you, I did actually get a play tester. I got my brother to actually play the game, and oh, you can. There's a way of me granting permission. Hold on, how do I do that? It's I know someone told me last time. Slash. Oh no. Slash. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, hold on. Permit. Oh no. Oh, is it exclamation mark? Sorry, I'm terrible at this. Yes. Right. Nice. Okay. Yes. Right. Sweet. Oh yeah. Here we go. Oh wow. Oh, this looks like actually a really big deal. Oh, I mean, I would love to go to this and actually properly advertise it. That's brilliant. Oh, yeah, no, I do appreciate that. I'm going to keep that link open. I'll probably have a look at that at the end of the stream. Yeah, I do appreciate that. So, have you actually? I take it, have you got your spot somewhere on that convention? That's brilliant. Make deck rubbishy. So here we're going to have card scrub go. I think that might be all we need to do. Right, let's go see if by putting rubbish in our deck it gives us the effect that we want. Oh, that's massive. That's absolutely awesome. Oh, so it is actually like a proper sort of big deal, because that's one thing which is like, I mean, and it's something that I discuss, that like the concept of marketing is a skill in and of itself, like as in like when you, yeah, sorry, I'm just gonna kind of sort of play through, we're just testing something. Oh, hold on. Actually, I think there's one more thing that I need to do. Oh, it started. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. No, that sounds absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. I just realised I don't think I've actually, as much as I've made the function, I haven't. Let's go find all references. It's not there. So when we're adding cards, we can just hit at this point, make deck rubbishy. And we can speed this process up a bit as well. We can add some cards that like add rubbish to your deck. Why do you want to add rubbish to your deck? We don't want to, but it can be useful. Okay, I think nuclear defense sounds good. Let's go put a nuclear defense in. Because I don't know, I mean, it might just be my sort of having programming in my blood, but when it comes to actually big sort of social events where you're sort of meeting up with lots of people, I do sometimes find it quite intimidating. Right, anyway, so we're going to do a nuclear defense. We're hoping to see this new effect. Let's see it in action. It's a little big. It's a little big. We can probably, I mean, that's still fine, isn't it? You know what? I could lose more sleep. I'm fine with that. It's not ideal, but I think that's fine. I'll stick with that. So that's just to indicate that it's like, we've got rubbish stuff coming in our deck. Okay. Oh right. Okay. I've never been, so NEC, NEC, no, unfortunately I haven't heard of that. In my head it was a fridge company. Oh really? Oh wow, that's actually really nice. That's absolutely, were they, when they actually slated, was it sort of constructive criticism, or was it, you know, but like, you know, yeah, but that's, yeah, anyway, but that sounds actually really good, the fact that, and how long did the whole thing go on for? How long were you there for? Right, we've got that sorted. That's brilliant. Okay. Right, now. Oh, yes, now there's a big thing that I want to do, and I don't really know exactly how to do it. So, I'm gonna... Okay, so what I kind of want to do is when, like, rubbish is being added to your deck... right, yeah, no, that's fair enough. But I think that's the thing. It's one of those things where you're always, doesn't matter what sort of game, doesn't matter anything at all. You're always going to get your haters. It's like I mean, even if that is the case, it's like that's not what you're like after. It's like, nope, spelling mistake, get out. Nope, there's one spelling mistake. You spelt it wrong in my opinion. Therefore, completely discard the game as a whole. No, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't like. I think you whatever happens with everything in the entire world, there's always going to be people ready to slate. Whoa! Okay, nice. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, that's definitely something which I've kind of got to do. It's on my to-do list. Right. So where were we? What were we doing? So we've got those cards there. Oh yes, that was what I was going to do. I don't know the best way to do this. So first of all, we go resources, prefabs, card stuff. Now I kind of want to have something like this, which I'm going to individual card for upgrade, individual. I think we might be able to get away. I'm just going to duplicate this, and we're going to have card to be added to deck game object. So let's go into here. And yeah, I know. That is really good. Oh, see, this is absolutely brilliant. I love the fact that we're actually like as indie developers, there's seemingly like a platform for us. It's just brilliant. So what am I actually working on right now? We've got scripts, card scripts, individual library. Over here, I want to have a new C# script, which will be card to be added to deck. Added mid-combat. Mid-combat script. I haven't worked out exactly what I'm going to do with it, but it's just the reason that I wanted to make sure that we've actually still got this. Oh yeah, just need to wait for it to sort its loading out. Hopefully, it shouldn't take too long. Yeah, and now as someone who's actually gone through the whole thing, was there actually any catch to be had? It's not like right, so you just need to pay the £500 facility fee, and then you're good to go. Right. So I want to open that one. Yes. Okay. So card to be added. Mid-combat script. Okay, so the important thing that we're doing here is we're going to give this card mama script. So card mama script is whenever we're looking to create a card from anything, whenever we're looking to actually just create this format of something, the card mama it can just eat the input of being like, oh, what card is it, and then just instantly change everything there. So that's kind of what I was getting at. Okay, all right. You're making this sound more and more. Yeah. Yeah, you're making this sound more surreal as it goes. Yeah. Yeah, it's sounding like properly good. Yeah, don't worry, you've properly sold it to me. So I'm going to get rid of this one, remove component, and add card to be added mid-combat script, and edit this script. So all we actually want to do is have a so let's just delete that and then Control S. Yeah, because this card mama script is the. Let's go to this definition. So we actually have the card trans already, which is great. So we can get rid of that, and we just want to have a public void. I'm going to say boink to deck. And the general idea is I just want it to summon and then move into the deck and then continue. Yeah. So I lived closer than across the pond. Yeah. Oh, fair play. Oh wow, that's really good. Oh, anyway, weird beard dev. How's it going? Oh yeah, and I'll see you in a bit, Lakey Gaming. Have we actually got busy? Yeah, we've already got busy as well. So what we kind of want to do is have a private I enumerator, boink to deck routine, and then start coroutine, boink to deck routine. Because this, even though we're creating this card, it's not actually, this in and of itself is purely here just as a visual display to show things. Yeah. Oh, fair play. Yeah, that's absolutely fair play. This is the idea with this stream. I want this to be the best, most lurkable stream ever, where you can just have it on in the background and listen to my mad ramblings while I sort of put things together. So what are you you've got dev in the title. Are you a game developer? Right. Busy equals true. Busy equals false. And so what we're actually going to do, let's do a little thing. So I want it to grow from small to big, then jump to deck while shrinking, and then destroy itself. I think that's pretty much all we need, really, isn't it? My day job is a dev/scrum master for a large company in the US. And at night, one of my side gigs is that's so cool. That's so cool. Man. So I've got a job that's not game dev at all, and obviously, when it comes to actually game development, that's my you know, like elixir. That's the bit which I look forward to. It's like while I'm doing my normal boring day job, I'm like, oh, I wish. However, on the other side, I'm guessing game dev, when you're actually working for a big company, it's probably slightly, you can't be quite as creative as if you were to make a game yourself. Oh yes, okay, bam, sounds good already. Love roguelike games. Castle Defender game. It's in right. I'll give you, if you want, I can give you permission, and you can chuck it in the yeah, if you did want to put the link through, do 100% feel free to. You know, don't have to. There's no pressure, but like, yeah, I'm always happy to sort of play test, and I'll give you a good sort of, I'll give you a little review as well. Yeah, I think that's the problem, isn't it? No, yeah, sort of lack of creativity. But yeah, if you did want to put a link in, like, do feel free. And what I'm going to do, I normally just, it's like on my off time, I just love playing games. I played, in fact, what was it? There's a guy called Grumble of Pugs who I'd recommend. He's a really good streamer who's been working on a really solid, like, it's kind of a Celeste-like sort of game that involves having a bat. And I just played the game. I was like, yes, this is absolutely fantastic, you know. But yeah. Oh, brilliant. Oh, nice. Oh, if that's the case, I'll give you... hold on. Right, now, sometimes it's... let's have a look. Weird Beard Dev. Yeah, I've got to work out how I can... Oh, there we go, yeah. Follow, done. Yeah, I'll give you a follow, so I'm going to... so next time you're on, if I happen to be watching, I'll pop in. Sounds really cool. And then put you under the spotlight of being like, what's this? No, I'm only joking. But no, that's brilliant. Right, so this should actually be really easy. So so what we're actually going to do is card trans dot local scale equals vector 3 dot 0 int chum equals. So yeah, another thing which I haven't, mover dot instance dot point to size. So I've actually got this little mover thing here. It's quite old. I've had it for a while, but this is like a script that I've put together over the years. And its general purpose is whenever you want something to move from one place to another, you call upon this script. Or if you want to grow something to a certain size, or, you know, there's so many different things that you can do with it. It's like, for example, if you want something to move over... I'm like, that's normally the time that I'm up, so I'm going to definitely be sure to keep an eye out. But yeah. Like, it's so I'm using this mover script, like, because so whenever I need something to move or change size or change colour, this mover kind of does everything. So point to size, and the best thing is you just look at all the arguments and you just put them in. So I know that the card trans is one of the arguments. The target vec, I want it to actually go to size vector 3.1. The time to take, I think 0.5 seconds sounds good. And oh yes, oh nice, oh welcome back. Awesome. The size amplification, that's just basically how so this is something which it grows it from one size to another, but because it's boink and I've got this 1.25, that means it actually kind of like, instead of just growing from like 0 to 1, it kind of goes a little bit over. It sort of goes boing, which you'll be able to see in a little while. And decimal off first bounce, that I always just have as 0.5. That means that it's spending half of the time growing to the big thing, and then the other half shrinking down to the actual original size. So that looks good. Jump to deck whilst shrinking. What we probably need to do is have an argument here, vector 3 destination vec, and we're going to have that as Oh yeah, and by the way, not that I would necessarily recommend this, but I use coroutines all the time. So anyway, that's the bit where we're growing, and we've got this chum here. This just means that we can wait till it's fully grown before it does the next thing. So I'm going to have while mover.instance s2 to f bool chum yield return null. I make this ongoing joke, but this particular one line of code I have literally probably got about 1,000 or 2,000 times throughout all of my script. It's like this, I use this so much. If I could just have a quick, like a shortcut just typing this, because I use that a lot. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, hold on, satisfactory. I'm getting satisfactory. Oh no, I've played Factorio, not satisfactory. But am I right in saying satisfactory is kind of like a 3D version that's similar to Factorio? Yes, I know. I mean, like, to be fair, if you've probably noticed, this is Windows 7, so there's a few things that I'm seriously lacking. Anyway, so right now we have created this. That's brilliant. What we want to do is we want to do two things at once. So chum Control C equals that, but we're going to make it vector 0. And I think actually we should just wait a little bit of time. So float time equals 0 while time is less than, let's say, 0.75 seconds. Time plus equals time dot delta time yield return null. So that's just waiting 0.75 seconds, so you can have a look at it before it goes in. And point to size. This is making sure that it goes back to time. Maybe that should go over 1 second. I don't know if this whole thing is going to take too long. So it shows it, it points up, it then shows it, and then we also want to have mover.instance move to point bounce y. Even though it looks like it's bouncy, it's destination vec. Target vec will be, oh no, sorry, card trans destination vec. Time to take will also be 1.0f, and the bounce height, normally 1.0f is enough. So and I guess we have destroy game object. So that all the purpose of this is so that we can show the cards that are going into the deck. Whilst, yeah, so this will all make sense in a sec. I quite like all of this. This seems fine. Okay, so card action draw script. Okay, so so this is the I enumerator. Right, so at the top here we want let's see, what's our best way of doing this? Set scripts, because we don't actually directly have an awake. Oh yeah, that's fine. I think we just want a private game object here, which will be display card to add game object. Okay. And we want to have display card to add game object equals resources dot load game object, and we just want to find the actual where it's going to go. Now, oh yeah, one thing which I'd probably better... I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but there is a good chance I'm going to get the odd interruption throughout the day, because there's a few little social things. So if I suddenly cut off and it's suddenly, you know, there's nothing to worry about. It is just purely like there's a few sort of social things that I need to do. Right, so this is the card to be added. We've got this one over here. Let's go... oh yeah, it's probably a bit of loading. Oh yeah, that's a good point, actually. Oh, that's interesting, actually. I've got... oh, I was hoping it was just going to say at the top here. I don't really know. Yeah, you are probably right. I mean, to be fair, my muscle memory, typing in that particular line of code, I can, you know, it's one of those where, like, kind of, because I've had to type it so many times, I can do it quite quickly now. But yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, fantastic. Weird beard dev. Yeah, rockin'. Awesome. Thanks for the follow. But yeah, like, yeah, I have no idea what version, I'll be honest. Right, so we need to work out where this is. So I think it's resources, prefabs, card to be added to deck. Why don't we change it to card to be added mid-combat. And we want to copy this path. And I think for consistency's sake as well, we should rename this to card to be added mid combat go, just for consistency's sake. Okay. And now this, hopefully, I mean, like, this is not going to look super wonderful, but this is where we're essentially deciding what cards we're adding. And now I just want to have a card to be added script. We can make it smaller. Let's just call it card to be. Equals instantiate card to be added there. New vector 3. I think something like minus. This might look rubbish, but I'd rather it look rubbish and then kind of work out minus 0.3, 0.0f, and quaternion.identity, because we love and cherish what that means. Get component card to be added mid combat script. Okay, so this is the bit where we're creating it, which we're just going to call card to be, and what are we going to do next? So now we've created it, so that needs to be that maybe plus I. So if we're creating more than one, yeah, yeah, I completely agree with you there. I think like, I know that, like, sometimes my code looks so bad. I think one thing that was quite nice a little while ago, I was trying to create a function which set a few things, and it literally had 40 arguments. 40, right? So it was just one line that just went all the way, like, to, like, you know, about, like, I would need a screen that was about 8 times longer to be able to fit it all in one screen. And then someone came up with there's a particular guy called KO2 fan who's been, like, properly supportive, who actually just came up with a much better, more practical solution. And then I was vehemently like, no, I want the massive long function that's got 40 arguments to put it in. Right, so we've created this bad boy here. Hopefully they'll create, like, they'll sort of tessellate, but I can't remember exactly. So we need to do a few things. So card to be dot set order in layer It doesn't really matter. Let's just go 100. I don't think that'll be too much. Card to be dot. Let's actually have a look at the card mama script. Set up according to card class. Very easy. See, this is set up according to card class. This is why we've got the card mama script. This just is, it's like the perfect parent that just sorts everything out. And this will be our card SO. Like I say, I apologise. Like I'm going straight into the middle of a function, which I was working on, I think, last episode. So this might not make an awful lot of sense. Right, so that's going to set up this card class like a true rock star. And now we want to have int. And actually, let's go. Kind of want to have this. Control C equals null. This is a bit of a lazy way of doing it, but I'm kind of okay with that. There is a good reason as to why I'm doing this. Int. No, actually. Card to be dot boink to deck, and we've got to work out where the actual deck position is. I think we have just access to the deck script. There we go. So underscore deck script dot get trans dot position, and we kind of want to wait a little bit of time. So let's go say float time equals equals 0, and then while time is less than 0.25f. So as it's creating them all. No, don't put a semicolon there. That's the worst thing you can do. Time plus equals time dot delta time yield return null. So we're just waiting 1/4 of a second between. So if we're adding 3 to, yeah, anyway, that should be fine. And then card, that's all fine. And the reason that I wanted to set this as null is we can wait till the last one has been made, and then we can just have while card to be dot busy yield return null, and then we're making the deck rubbishy. Okay, so hopefully every time we're adding cards, we'll see the cards that we're putting in, and everything will work. Right, okay, I think we should have odds as to whether this is going to work first time. I'm 35%. I don't have that much confidence, but it is so much better to write it all, get all the code done, and be like, this is roughly what I'm trying to do, and then because there's so many things that can go wrong. I mean, so far there's no error messages here, so that's good. Right, now I've just got to first of all as well, I kind of want to add a few more cards that add rubbish to our deck as well. So I think we've got Bully Beans, and what was the other card? Beanstalk. So the purpose of these cards is they're very, very good, but one of the costs is it adds rubbish to your deck permanently that you have to get rid of. So it's, right, okay, so 35% sure. I mean, this will be brilliant if it just works. Okay, alright, no actual cards. Okay, here we go. Right, so Bully Beans. So that adds the things. You know what? That was really good. That was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So if we were to do this, we've got to work out why it suddenly instantly shrinks. But that's close. You know what? That is much, much better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so what have we learned from this? This needs to probably be, so we can actually probably go as far as -5, but then this is going to be I times 2, because at the moment they're overlapping and it looks a bit rubbish. And we've got to work out let's have a look. So point to deck. Let's go to this definition again. Got to work out. Oh, yeah, I'm such an idiot. Right. So you know this classic snippet here that I have. We just needed to put that over there. Okay, that was it. Right, is it just going to magically work now? I think we just got it sorted. I think we just nailed it first time. I thought this was going to be a much bigger pain, but we've actually. I'm really glad that this just generally just seems like it's just working. This is great, and we can do some other things as well. So, and I want to check as well when the enemy attacks with the rubbish attack so bully beans, right? So bully beans, obviously it's loads and loads of beans that you get, but it's at the cost. Look, all of that, bam, 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 rubbish. Yeah. So now we've got some rubbish in our deck, but it's been, it's a good sacrifice. So now we want to see if the enemy attack does do the same thing. Let's go get some more of this. So these are scrap. Yeah. Oh. Yes, no, we are. Sorry, I was going to say, are we upgrading the size? But I want to just double check. So we've got 2 mana. This one adds loads. So what should happen is we get 2 large scrap in our deck. And this should hopefully go up to 7. Yeah, that's good. So we're kind of sorted now. And so basic scrap, this actually just costs 0, but it's taken up a draw space, which is the floor. Now I've just got a bunch of rubbish. Now I don't know. Like when I was younger. Oh yes, right. So let's see if this attack works. Oh, there's a bit of a frame rate drop, but that's okay. Yeah. So he's put some rubbish in a deck, and now he's gone for the attack. And now we're just going to attack on force. Yeah. Right, okay, fantastic. I'm really happy we've actually sorted that. That's a really big win. Okay, right, so now let's go on to our... if I move that over there, put this bad boy over here. I don't know why it does that. Make enemies move. Oh yeah, that's another tough thing to put in. So I mean, to be fair, we've actually make it so that when cards add to your deck during combat, you see the cards being added. Yeah, we can just go straight into that, just having been done. That's fantastic. Okay, so now we're on to greener pastures. I think on the theme of rubbish, we want to create the rubbish drone. Right, what is the rubbish drone going to be? That is going to be something that the enemy casts. It's going to be a whole turn to cast it, but it's going to mean that every turn a bit of rubbish gets added into your deck. So I think that's what we're going to work on next. So this might take a little while, I think, but we're going to go through it step by step and try and work out where we are. So remember, I think earlier I was saying I really wanted this potential... there was a script that was called like potential something, and I can't remember exactly what it was. Potential enemy move script? That could be it. Let's see if it's actually just here. Oh, it is! It's here! Brilliant, fantastic. I thought I created that at runtime and it was going to be really awkward. Right, so, new monster action type. Let's go to this definition. Monster action type. We're going to call it Scrap Drone. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So we can follow lots of like what's quite nice is because I've already got a heal drone and a rage drone. It's quite easy to it's going to make this is just going to make it a lot easier to sort of work together. Because I can kind of follow paths. So if I go heal drone, find all references. We've got 3. Oh, yes. That's a really, really good point. Okay, very good point. So this has brought to light another problem that I've got, but it's absolutely no worries. I want to make sure as well when you hover over the move, you know what attack is happening. So I just want to actually just check we've got all of these fixed. So we're going to kind of fix things at the same time. So this should be quite nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In fact, if I just have this on the side like that, let's get rid of that. 1, 2. Nope, I've looked at the wrong thing. Okay. So we actually Control C. So here destroys. Actually, I'd rather have eats. Eats that many totems and gains Control C. Actually, let me just undo a few things. Gains attack for each one. Yeah, I'm not going to try and do the exact maths here. So we want to have the explanation as well. This is something which I probably haven't done for all of them. So scrap attack. Oh, yeah, of course, I wanted to change that to eats. I just like the idea that they're eating. Right, Control C, Control V, Totem Smash. This one will be Scrap Attack. Adds that many bits of scrap to your deck and attacks for that much. Brilliant. Yep. So what is, and I think we're going to just have, I feel like while we're here we may as well get the explanation, because what I probably do need, I need a sort of checklist of whenever I'm gaining an attack, what are all the things that I need to change. So this one will be Scrap Drone. Adds I'm just going to have adds scrap to your deck. Oh yeah, no. Creates a drone that adds scrap to your deck every turn. Okay. Right. So at the moment, like regardless of your magic power, it's going to always just add one scrap, just for simplicity. And we can come back and evolve that slightly later. So if I was to go find all references, there, and there. That's fine. Okay. So first of all, this is just setting the pictures. Control C, Control V. That will be scrap drone. Returning int equals 1. And in fact, I am just going to have oh yes, that's fine, that doesn't matter. Attack, monster attack sprite. So we just need to get the right picture, which we've got, which we just need to find. So I'm just going to go save. Let's go find the picture. And I think once we've done this, it will be easier to put other attacks, other like drones together. So where are we? Resources, sprites, monster over here. So you can't quite see it on, I suppose, yeah, my screen is partially covering up, but this is the one that we're looking to do. So yeah, so 18 is the key number. So that just simply needs to be 18. Okay. And now over here we can actually, oh wow, looks like we've got this sorted. Control C, Control V, create scrap drone. That's going to be, oh yes, monster drone type. So we actually need to go to definition and we need to add a whole new one. Even though I haven't actually, I've got an idea with the sniper drone, but I haven't put that in yet. But this is going to be scrap drone. And then go back to over here, I think, nope. Over here, yeah. Scrap drone. Now let's go to this definition. Because I've got to work out exactly where it's going to play forward once. Then it does the idle animation, then it creates this. So monster drone type. So here is the monster thing here. So go to definition. So what we want to do at the first is just to make sure it creates it before it actually does anything else. So monster drone type over here, get sprite according to that, go to definition. So here we just want to have case monster drone type dot scrap drone return drone sprites 3. I don't think it is 3, but we can have a quick look. So where we have drones, it'll actually be, oh, it will actually be 3. Okay, that's fine. Oh, fair play, man. I'll see you in a bit. Looks like 3 is our key number, so that's fine. So we've got access to that. So at this precise moment, what we're looking to do is give our monster, our Benji, the ability to create this drone, just to see if everything works okay. And then we're going to just see if it actually and then we'll worry about what the drone does in a sec. Because the idea with the drone is it creates something that's going to be a constant. It's going to be like they do it once, and then for the rest of combat, it's going to be useful. Kind of like us with totems. We create a totem in our game, and it'll be useful for us for the rest of combat. And so enemies, their like equivalent is drones. Oh yes. So what I need to do now is have resources, monster, Benji. We have more or less so initial monster attacks. This will kind of force him to have scrap drone. I think we just see if it works. See how it goes. Okay, so we're just going to wait till it gets a bit closer. So that's the move. So hopefully, let's just see it in action. Okay, and it's worked. It's just worked. So that's what we needed so far. Right, brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so now we just need to go into combat script, edit script, because there is a certain point somewhere where we're checking the monster drones. Check drones, go to definition. So it's cycling through them, and what we want is case monster drone type dot scrap drone break Control C. So that'll be the quick pulse. And then we want to get access to our card action draw script, which, oh, that needs to be underscore. So it does a quick pulse, and then no, let's not make it too complicated for the time being. Card action draw script. It would be so much easier if I made this a singleton, but I won't for the time being. Find object of type. Card action script. Card action draw script. Card action equals that. And card action dot add card to main deck, and that will be let's say small scrap. One. This is a really a proper prototype version. One. While card action dot busy yield return null. So when it gets to the bit where it's checking all the drones, it's going to go through each one and then activate the thing. So for scrap drones, ideally it would just put one small scrap. Now, like when I actually make this game slightly bigger, and I want it to be slightly less limiting, because at the moment all it does is always going to put exactly one type of card in, whereas I can make it so that if the enemy's stronger, it can do like a large scrap or something like that. So let's see if this works. Here we go. Right, so we need to wait till he gets closer. So this is the rubbish. Alright, so he's creating it. Alright. Bam. And now he's added rubbish to the deck. And hopefully he will continue to do that every turn. So let's just check. So he's going to... Oh. Hang on a sec. Oh, because I was on 10 life. Anyway, right, let's just say it works. I was on 10 life, that's why. Okay, yeah, that was all on me. Apologies. Yeah. He obviously just killed me in one go. That was very easily preventable. In fact, let's go stop that from happening again. So the current health can be 50, which is fine. Yeah, that's no worries. But yeah, anyway, it looks like that's kind of worked, to be honest. So now we've got so I like this. So now we've actually created a whole new move, or 2 whole new moves today, which has been really, really successful. So the purpose of that drone is just to put rubbish in the deck. So it's making it more difficult to play the cards that you want to do because it's filling it with rubbish. But worse still, it's giving you rubbish that even once you've done the battle, that rubbish still remains in your deck. So I like it. Okay, so we are properly on pace. We are making some good progress. Right, let's have a look at our list. Right, because what we are going to need to do soon, implement enemy moves that add to. Yeah, we've done that. That's good. Okay, so this is another big one that improve the card. There's a particular card that I'm going to look at, and it's only one card, but it's a bit rubbish and a bit pointless. And I had a really good sort of feeling when I put it together, but I was like, why would anyone want to play this? And it's called Hold Formation. So your attackers don't attack this turn. Add 3. Oh yeah. So add 1 extra card. So what it actually does is it add one extra card next turn, and then adds 1 extra mana coin instantly. Now, what I kind of would rather would be if it added that mana coin next turn, so you've got an extra card and an extra mana to spend it. I think that's going to be quite difficult, but we will just try and sort of work out. Let's have a look. Let's go play the game and then work out how we can do this. I think actually maybe it's not going to be too difficult. I think there's actually ways of making this a bit easier. So we're actually having a look at our mana script edit. Refresh mana coins. Mana coins routine. So what we can do, because I think there might be a function, add. Yeah. So let's go clear everything. Close all but this. We want. I think there's a script that, now don't ask why, there is a good funny story that's called delete this script. Now it's actually a critical script that the whole game wouldn't run if we what a terrible idea. Cards played this turn. Of cards this turn. So there's extra cards this turn. So somewhere here I want to have public int extra mana this turn. Public void add extra mana. Oh no, add extra mana this turn. Int extra mana. So yeah, it's going to be one of those cards where it will give you a benefit next turn, but not necessarily this turn. Extra mana this turn plus equals extra mana. Public int get extra mana this turn. return. Yeah, this does feel a little bit, yeah. Public void reset extra mana. Right, okay, so that's a start. So this is just like giving us now the ability to have extra mana. So I just got to work out when are these. In fact, when is find all references? So this is the point where we're drawing cards, and at what point are we actually refreshing the mana coins? So over here, refresh coins, and we can actually have Control V. That'll be get extra mana this turn. Oh no, I've called it extra and mana. Rename. Extra and mana. Doesn't mean anything. Okay, extra mana. Okay. This is giving us a red squiggly line, which we're expecting. So I'm going to just have int extra mana equals 0. Equals 0. Control C. Control V. Extra mana. Okay. So this is where it refreshes all the coins. Maybe it's not. And then I think at this point here, we want to for int I equals. Oh yeah, of course. Hold on. For and that'll be yeah, extra mana. Add mana coins. Oh, actually, we don't do that at all. Sorry. Okay. Turns out I've done some code which makes it a lot easier. Add mana coins. Number of coins will be extra mana. And true. While adding mana. So let's actually have a look at this function, see if it does that. Let's just check. I'll put this in. Go to definition. Starts the coroutine. Adding mana is true. I think this should be fine. Oh, I don't know what this bonus coin is about. Oh yes, no, that's fine. That's okay. Right, so I think this is fine. We now need to actually change the code in the script. So if we go card action script, edit. Now I'm just going to go Control F, hold formation. So add mana coins, but we actually don't want to do that. I'm just going to green it out because I might. Delete this script dot instance dot add extra mana this turn, and that'll be card. So dot key int 1, I believe, but let me have another look at that. Right. Let's give this a shot. We need to go back into hold formation. Yes, this is fine. Okay, right. We just need to add it to our deck and check that it works. Game info script. Let's go add hold formation. And we're going to add all the versions of it, check that they all work okay. Right. Grab some water. Okay, hold formation. One. And let's go both of them. So that should mean that we're going to have 5 extra mana. Ah, yes, although there is a problem. So that's the 5 extra mana, everything's great. I forgot to reset the number to 0, so that will now happen every time. So we draw a bunch of extra cards as well. But I forgot to reset the number to 0. So let's go sort that out. Mana script. It's nice actually, it's because I'm going back on code which I've done before and it's just seeming to work. So if extra mana is greater than 0, then we do all of that. But then afterwards we have delete this script dot instance dot reset extra mana. So we want to check that all the things work. Okay. Right. This is good. It actually wasn't quite as painful as I thought it was going to be. So we've got hold formation. So this will mean that instead of drawing 5 cards, we're going to draw 8, and we're going to have 8 mana here to spend. Yeah, nice. But if we pass again, then we would just go back to the 5 mana. I think. Yes, that's right. Okay. So now let's go get some, because I want to check that it also doesn't attack. Oh yeah, of course, we've got a bunch of scrap, that's fine. Let's go get a nuclear defense so we've got a bit of time to put this in. Right, so hold formation. I'm going to do that. So these ones won't attack, they're just going to hold the line. Let's go get rid of some rubbish as well. And they didn't attack. That's brilliant. Okay, fantastic. That is done. Nice. Okay, we are getting through them. Improve the card that skips attack. Yeah, this is much better now. I guess it's in testing. Make an enemy that make a move. Oh, now this is. Ooh, right. So this is going to be a tough one. I like the idea of enemies having a move where they do a really big attack, but like it's so big that they then jump back into they actually move back a space. So what I mean by that is they're close up, they do a big attack, and then so if we actually have a look at what's happening over here, oh, he's got a double jump, which is kind of useful. So this then arrives, but I want an attack where it does, like, say, double the attack, but then it moves back onto the screen as if to be like, oh, you know. So it's like a disadvantage, but you know. And the problem with all of that is there is quite a lot that I need to do. So I think we just work through one at a time, one bit at a time, and try and work out how to do this. So I think we start off with the easy bits, right? First of all, we just we do essentially all of the easy bits around it, and then we worry about actually how to do it, because the concept of moving this bad boy back into this frame, that's something which I haven't even touched that. So let's do all the easy bits. So first of all, we're going to make a normal standard attack that does double the damage. We're going to make a new attack symbol for it. We're going to do all the things there, and then we're going to worry about the hard bit. So easy bit, right? Let's get all the easy bits first. So what do we need first? So if we go onto our master script here, edit script. Now, if there's anyone in chat that can think of a better name, at the moment, I'm just literally thinking of Pokemon, and I'm thinking of calling it Hyper Beam. Maybe we can think of a better name. Okay, but this is interchangeable. We'll call it. This is going to be a if anyone can come up with a better name, definitely go with it. But Hyper Beam is what we're going to call it for the time being. Okay, and now we just go find all the references here. Control C, Control V, Hyper Beam attacks for that much damage and jumps back a space. Okay, that's good. Let's go over here. That one we'll come back to. Control C, because its closest comparison is basic attack, isn't it? Hyper Beam. The sprites. So returning int is going to be monster attack times by 2. Okay, so this is going to be a scary attack. This is going to be one that can just one-shot you, so you've got to be sort of prepared for it. There's so many things that I do need to deal with as well, because when it does a hyper attack, it jumps back, and it's kind of a bit confusing as to whether your attackers can then attack. But maybe I should make it so that like your attackers on this circumstance actually attack first, so it can get the attack in. Because if it keeps doing hyper attack, your attackers can never actually, in theory, attack it. So that's just I'm thinking potential problems. So we need to get the right symbol. Now I've got the symbol there. I just need to find the number. There's another thing that I need to do as well, but we'll worry about that now. So someone a bit later, I just need to remember Inspiring Pot. I've just got to change something a little bit there. Sprites, monster sprite, and it's this one here, which is number 22. So that will be 22. Okay, now here is perform basic attack routine. Let's go to this definition. We're going to Control C. Let's go get a bit of space. Control V. Right. So we'll call it perform hyper beam routine. So it normally bounces to a spot, screen shakes, then does that. Then it does that. Then it works out what the attacking damage is, which is fine. So what I kind of want it to do is just do, once it's actually done the bounce, I kind of want it to just bounce on the spot a couple more times as well. So how are we going to do that? I can actually do quite a lot of this. In fact, I can copy almost all of this. Oh yeah, so 4 double tab. Let's just say 3. So what it's in fact doing is and let's go make this a little bit random. So random dot range somewhere between say 3.0f and 5.0f, and that will be somewhere between, no, actually 2.0 is, that's still fine. Oh, random, yeah. So it's going to kind of bounce, but it's going to kind of land and go boing, 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 boing in the same sort of spot 3 times. I think that's okay. So, like, let's just see if this works, and then we're going to worry about the very complicated concept of jumping it back. So first of all, let's just see if this works. Have we got all the things in place? So monsters Benji, I'm looking at the wrong place. We need to go into monster SOs, Benji. So we've tested that scrap drone, it works. Now we're going to go hyper beam, which, like I say, if anyone can come up with a better name than hyper beam, I'll put it in. So let's let it get a bit closer. What I could be doing, oh good, he's actually double jumping, which makes life a bit easier. So now he's got 40, right, attacks for that much damage and jumps back a space. So, yep, I know what the problem is. It didn't do the attack because I forgot to put it in, I think over here, here, yep. So what we need is Control C, Control V, break. That will be hyper beam, and we're going to perform a hyper beam routine. Yeah, I forgot to. I knew I missed something, but we'll give this another shot and see where we're up to. And all of these effects, I want them to look better, but it's just when it comes to art style and making things look good and artistic, I'm just not very good at it. So it's like, it's more, you know, something which it's like I want to do, you know, in a different time. So at the moment, what we're hoping to happen, right? So he's going to bounce over and then do a few like random bounces that are going to be slightly different places, then bounce back to his original place, and do 40 damage. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right. So you know when I was saying let's do all the easy bits, that was the easy bits. Right. Now we have to work out how to do the tough bit, I suppose. Right. Okay. So over here, let's just put a little. It's easiest at this point. We're in hyper beam routine. We're just going to go in green notes all the things that we want to happen, and then we're going to work out how to do it. Okay, so number 1, we want the monster to jump right off the screen. Destroy the close-up monster that has jumped off the screen. Re-summon the monster map. I think that's what I called it, monster map, with the monster at the closest point. Give the monster a new move. I think, yeah, give the monster a new move. Make the distance from base number go up 1. Okay. Right. We just got to work through this bit by bit. So I think we're actually going to get rid of this, because at the moment I want him to bounce around and then go all the way back. So that's our plan. So we've kind of got to reverse engineer it. We've got to work out how it was created in the first place and then just change everything. Okay, should be fine. Because what I do want to happen as well is for the drones. So if he's got some drones like active at this point, they still activate even when he's in the distance, and this is going to be a bit of a tough thing to do. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to work on the easy bit. Right, so we need to work out exactly where it is that he's going to jump to. So it won't be there, but let's actually move this down there, because this is going to be part of where he's going to go to. It's something like 12, but I want to get the exact number, and we can find that relatively easily. I'm hoping we got a monster map script. No, we don't, but that's okay. Okay. Right, so we can have a look at this mini map go, map script. Let's edit this and try and work out exactly everything that's happening over here. So let's go Control MO. So jump forward 1 turn. If numbers turn is equal to 0. Oh yes, so this is gosh, okay. Alright, so we need to, yeah, like I say, reverse engineer it. Oh yeah, this is where we create the monster main. So let's go to here. Like I said, this is, we knew this was going to be a tough one. Oh, it is 12. It is 12. Okay, that's good. Okay. Ooh, this might, hopefully, this might be alright, you know. Let's have a look. So, so we've just got to kind of work out all the things. So, jumping back to there is the correct place. Now, map scripts, because one thing which I've done, which is quite clever, I believe, is when the monster actually comes up, I haven't destroyed the map at all, I don't think. All I've done is make the monster mini script fade away. So, go to definition, fade away routine. this, I believe, is all we need. So what we kind of want now is yeah, like I say, this is going to be pretty tough. But I'm going to see, you know, I might hit another coffee soon. I've got a fridge coffee. So if we just have Control C, we're going to call it fade back in. This is going to be fade back in routine. Back in routine. Busy equals true. Monster attack symbol script. I think that one we can have. Let's go to definition, fade away routine. I think we can just have fade towards. Okay. And then we're going to worry about other things in a little bit, because then we're trying to do an awful lot in one go here. Summon, also destroy, no. If we did do summon routine, making everything clear. You know what, this might be okay, so we can just, let's see if we can just get away with having yeah, I apology in advance. This will take quite a lot of trial and error to get this to work. Oh, nice, like, yeah. You caught me in trying to do something really, really technical, even though it doesn't sound technical. We're at the point where we've got we're trying to get the monster to like do a big, you know, I mean, if you ever played Pokemon, there's like Hyper Beam where you do a really big attack, but then you can't do anything for the next one. I'm going to do something similar, but instead of all he does is just jump back on the map. But there's an overwhelming number of problems, because at the moment I haven't dealt with that problem whatsoever. Like, I haven't even slightly dealt with that. So that is okay. Now what we can do as well is where we've got jump forward one, what's actually happening? Local vector jump to. Because what we want to do now is oh, actually I'm looking at slightly the wrong thing. Fade back in, yeah. Monster mini script, map script, here we go. Fade away. Yeah, so what we're looking to do next is like, there's so many things that I just, you know, it's like, oh, here's a big thing that I wanted to do, but I've done no code previously that helped with it. Oh yes, oh wicked, Grumbler Pugs, rock and roll, how's it going? Oh nice. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, cool stream the other day. I really do properly like it, and even though oh nice, yes, oh sorry, yeah, you raided as well, yeah, let's rock. Oh yes. Oh, awesome! Yeah, Grumbler Pugs is really, really good. Like, I think one thing which, you know, don't get me wrong, this is one of those things that I love, and I don't know, I'm biased towards it, but if you can ever get an overworld in your game, like, for example, Super Mario World, or indeed Bubba Is You, or like so many other games, that for some reason that's one of those big selling points. It's like, I've seen many games which, like, you know, like where it's just you have an overworld like that, you're just like a yes. For some reason, that's just brilliant. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for the raid. Sorry, I've been properly in focus and stuff. Oh, how is everyone doing? Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I know, because that's the thing. You've still got quite a lot to do in one go. It's just, yeah, I didn't realise you could play with a control pad. What I want to do soon, I think I've got the perfect like SNES control pad that has got a USB sort of thing, which I think will just work perfectly for it because it's got a trigger to it. Yeah, because that's the only thing which I found difficult was like just my using the space bar as grabbing. It's just I was like my brain doesn't quite connect in that way. But yeah, oh man, yeah, awesome game. Yeah, I would recommend. I haven't got a link, but hold on. I'll do /permit grumble of pugs. Yeah, if you did want to put in the link, do 100% feel free. Yeah, right, awesome. Okay, right. So now we've got to work on having jump back one turn. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to copy this and then we're just going to reverse engineer it. Control C. Let's go make a nice big space so we know where we're going. So jump back one turn. So I'm going to see if I can do this because there's just so many like little bits of there's so many little problems that we're probably going to come across that yeah, that I want to kind of and actually I've got another good idea as well. Sorry, thinking loads of ideas in my head in one. So if number of turns left is greater than 0. So now what we kind of want to do is so what's actually going on here? Yeah, okay. So if I don't even know if we need an if statement here. We just need to get rid of this, I think. And we kind of like we'll work it out. It's going to be kind of getting quite a few things wrong before we get it right. So number of turns plus plus. I think we can kind of get rid of all this. Jump forward 1. Okay, it does say jump forward 1, but that should be okay. So maybe that's actually not too bad. Okay. So I think it's just if number of turns left is less than local marker vex dot length. That might have to be -1. So this is just making sure that it won't, like, at the moment, there's no reason that it could ever go further back, but I just want to just check. So let's jump back. So let's go just see how this works. It's going to be quite hard. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely fantastic game. Really good. Properly recommend it. Right, so now we're seeing these error messages. I think that's just a false alarm. Okay. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Really, really fun game. Like, kind of. Obviously, I was as soon as you said, "Oh, it's a bit like Celeste," I was like, "Right, okay, stop the stream, everyone, stop, go home." I need to play it, and it is. It's a nice sort of homage to Celeste. It's really good. Right, so so let's just where were we back to? Potential enemy attacks. No, not there. Card action scripts, monster actions. Yes, okay. So this is the bit where we move back. Destroy the close-up monster that's jumped off the screen. So we can... I'm going to worry about that later. So, monster. What did I actually call it? I think it's mini-map, isn't it? Oh, of course I didn't. Of course I didn't make it sorry. You know when it's like I'm annoyed at a younger version, at an old version. It's like this needs to be a singleton. So by making it a singleton, I can mean that I can easily get hold of this script no matter what I do. So, like, even though this is a little bit kind of like just putting a bit of masking tape over it, we're going to make this a singleton. So I'm going to go public static map script, and we call it instance. And then just when it's awake here, we're just going to have instance equals this. So now we can actually do stuff with it. And so we need to have a routine where we're actually summoning everything. So we're going to run into problems. Oh yes, yeah, Wormhole Adventure, absolutely, yeah, really lovely game, like deep. There's a lot. It's one of those games where you play for like say 10 minutes and you're thinking, oh my gosh, there is so much to this game. Like, right, monster mini script. Anyway, we're going to worry about that for the time being. Let's go back into the monster mini script. I kind of want to close. Actually, yeah, let's go. Close all of this and then go monster mini script and then just go to definition. Right, so that way we've just cleared some stuff off the top. Now, have I actually got a fade away, jump forward one? Now I'm slightly worried. Oh no, not monster mini script. That's what we want as well, but we want map scripts as well. Go to definition. So add this one to our friends. Yeah. Well, I think the like, I suppose I'm kind of like quite lucky in that, like, because I've got a job that's like, I've got a sort of job, and it's like I generally have game development as a sort of side hobby. So it's no pressure, but I think it's quite nice, you know, because to me it's like, as much as I want to try and get like things ready by October, if not, it's not like the end of the world. Oh yeah, oh, I'm excited about that as well. Yeah, that sounds cool. Right, map script. So we've got a jump back one turn. So what we kind of want to do is so when I actually faded it away, I've got to remember, I think is that on here? What's the mini? Fade back in. Oh, okay. So when we're actually jumping forward, I'll kind of want to make sure that all of this is actually suddenly back in the spot. That's it. So mini form trans. So I've got to kind of work out why. So create minimap. Create minimap. So this is where we're actually essentially instantiating everything. Right, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Part of me is thinking I shouldn't have dug into this really big thing at this time, but I feel like I'm just going to see if I can sort of make a dent on it. So what am I actually doing here? Because I've got to work out how the minimap is actually faded away when it comes close, because I can't really remember. So let's get rid of that, then just a bit of a Control-Shift-S. Let's see if we've got any error messages. Yeah, and that's a reasonable target as well, I think, because obviously I do it, when I've got spare time. But like it's so much easier when you're making the game. You're thinking, oh, I can do this in a week. It'll be easy, and then you realise how many extra things. So it's like 2 years is actually a reasonable amount of time. So what we're kind of working on now is we want to make sure, we want to work out. In fact, it should be pretty simple. Jump forward. What's going on here? Oh, here we go. That's it. This is the bit where we're fading everything away. So that's all we need to do is just have this bit and then fade it back in. Yes, okay. Right. This is actually pretty important. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and we're going to just have a new function public void fade map back in, and then private yeah, oh, 20 hours, that's a really decent amount. Yeah, fair play. I do quite a lot of working. I do, when it comes to drawing things, I normally do that off stream just because, I'm just so bad. I'm so bad at drawing that it's like kind of, I think the way which I normally do it, I normally just have like something on, I normally am just watching something on Netflix and just kind of drawing in the meantime. And like some of my drawings are things that I've been watching on TV, and I just, oh, maybe I could do something that looks like that. Private eye enumerator, fade map back in routine. This one here, oh yeah, that's okay. That one can go to white. Fade back in. So I mean, we're actually, this isn't too bad. While monster master script.instance, yeah. Control C, Control V, dot busy, yield return null, and we're going to have busy equals true, busy equals false. There's so many things that could go wrong here. There's a lot of things that we're just going to kind of put together, and like we're just going to kind of like put all the pieces together as we realise. Fade map back in routine. There we go. Yeah. Right, that's awesome. Okay, so that should be okay. So okay, right. Monster action script. Okay, so now destroy. We'll worry about destroying that later. Resummon that. So now map script dot instance dot fade map back in while map script dot instance dot busy. I've been working on for a little over a year with some yeah. Yeah, I think when you're actually streaming, you've got a bit more like energy, you know, because unlike when I'm coding, I can be so lazy. I can like when I'm coding, I can just be like have my mind distracted. Whereas when I'm actually streaming, I kind of try to be as productive as I can. And now let's just map script dot instance dot jump back one turn. Give the monster a new move, which is what we're going to kind of work on in a sec. And yeah, because at the moment, the monster, I believe, has all the data from... anyway, well, let's work out. Let's see how it all goes. Because it's like... I think, the slight... Yeah, the thing which I feel bad about is it's like the raid's coming. It's like, right now I'm trying to do something really, really sort of difficult and technical. So as it is, he's moving forward. And then when it gets to this point, let's just see. This all disappears, and then he arrives there. So now we're going to get a bunch of error messages. Just hold on to, imagine this is like the most intense roller coaster ever, and you're just holding on to the rail. Okay, so don't worry. Right, so first of all, he's going to jump about for a bit, and then do like a big bunch of damage. Oh, that is not bad whatsoever. Okay, I really thought that was going to be a lot worse. Yes, yeah. yeah. I think you're right. I didn't actually realise. I thought I did have a sort of ring sort of come, but but anyway, on reflection, that's a lot better than I thought was going to happen. Now, here's several issues that we've got though. Now, and I kind of want to like create the issue just to check that it doesn't work, right? Because it might work, but I don't think it does. So, oh yeah, actually, there's quite a few things. So if I go Misfits Kenny, we make a ranger here, right? I mean, quite a lot of things have to go in my favour just to test this thing out. Okay, Divine Sacrifice. Right, so I'm killing that ranger now, just for the time being. Right, so he's on 74 life. Oh no, I still can't quite prove the point, can I? If I make a Boy Royston... Okay, a ranger here. Okay, so he's going to do 1 damage. Taking that, so 73. 73 is what he's on. Okay, now if I let everything pass, so he's going to do 1 damage, taking him down to 72. But I think when he jumps back, he's going to be back up to 73. So 73 there, 72. Then he's going to do a big slam, which I think will then destroy this as well. But yeah, then it goes back up to 73. That's because we need to translate all the data from the monster that we've just taken. And also, behind the scenes, by the way, this guy's still here. Right, this guy's still here, just chilling. We want to destroy that and essentially just translate all of this information over to there. But I think the fact that I've got even this far is good. So let's just see. If he were to create it again, yeah, it goes back to 72. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Right, so where are we? What we need to do is we need to essentially translate all the information, and let's see how we can do that. Ah, boring work. Oh yeah, thanks though, man. Thanks for the raid. That's absolutely way awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, homework goes all right. I know. I think I do the same thing actually. Whenever I need to go to work, I'm just like, oh no. Like I sometimes have a little notepad at work, so I can kind of write down ideas as to what I'm going to do next. So we want to give the monster a new move. Give the monster all the info from the close up monster. Okay. Right. Okay. So that one is actually done. The distance from the base is actually done here. So now we yeah. Right. So that's good. So give the monster a new move. So now we should have something like monster master script dot instance dot mini monster script dot select next ranged action, and I think that's going to be, I think that's false. And Control C. Yeah, there's still other problems that we've got because I haven't created any attackers, because at the moment it's jumping away before the attackers get a chance to attack. Oh yeah. Looking at life bar script dot. I can set up life bar, and that will be. Oh, this looks ugly. This this is looking uglier and uglier the more I do this. But we want to have Control C, Control V, dot. What's the main script dot? Sorry. And I've just got to get the arguments sorted. So that will be max life. So I think we just, yeah, we're working one bit at a time. So I just want to see if the damage that we do will now mean that when it's resummoned, and let's go make life. Actually, yeah, there's one other little thing that we can do to make life a little bit easier on ourselves. If we have initial ranged actions of jump forward 2, jump forward 2, and then say enraged jump forward 1. So he's going to jump forward twice, and then we're going to see if it should do the enraged move when it comes up. Right, so jump forward 2, yep. Then it's, yeah, even though it says jump forward 2, it only needs to jump forward 1. Alright, now it's going to do the attack. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, now it's got that enraged move, which is great. So that has worked. I did kind of want to do damage to see if it all translated, but Oh yeah, hold the line. My brother's coming. I didn't tell him I was streaming. Just one sec. Sorry, you know, I said that there was going to be a series of informations. I'll be right back. One sec. Main setup. Okay, right. So we've actually this has worked really well because it's actually has done this move. We still have the ongoing issue of not destroying this and haven't really worked out what we're going to do with that yet, but we're going to come back to that. So what I want to do now is I meant to test this the first time, but we're going to have one of these and one of these and one of these. This is perfect. Okay, so we've got two rangers. So he's doing the attack, which is great. He's down to 73. And now it's taking him down to 71. And so when he arrives there, he's on 71. Now, this is where we've just got to work. I just want to see if it works. Just can't quite work out yet. So now we're down to 69. He's going to do his big attack, kill everything. Oh yes, and it has updated, and that's 71. Okay, that's not quite as how I would have wanted to have done it, but that's still fine. Yeah, so that's actually still good. I think we can kind of change that slightly, but that looks okay. So now. He will still do that enraged move forward. Okay, all right, no, that's good. That's good. I'm happy with that. We just need to work out what we're going to do here. So there's different ways we can sort this out, and I don't think it's going to be too tough. So the rule is, if we go into combat script. Because there's another big thing that we haven't really dealt with that I'm looking forward to dealing with, but it might just be a little bit tricky. Where's our combat script? Over here, edit script. So begin combat. Let's have a look. So this is the bit in which we're attacking. This is the bit where our attackers go. But it has to but we actually want to have it so that so we kind of want to have all this code. So the rangers are always going to attack first, and this is where we perform the attack. Okay, so what we kind of want to do is find out the nature of the attack that's going to occur. And hold attack means that we're not going to attack. So if monster master script dot instance dot main script dot so this is where it's going to get a little bit ugly, but we've got to work out we think like a disadvantage when they're doing the hyper beam. It means your attackers are going to attack first, so so that way, one, it won't give you an error message, but it's going to be like obviously hyper beam is going to be such a big devastating attack that it's like one of the disadvantages. As well as jumping back, it means your attackers get to attack first. So if we go to definition, and let's go to definition here. What's the SO? Right. MAT, because we just want to make sure that we're setting the attack correctly. So we want to check to see if its current attack is somewhere. So let's go move this over here. What's the main script? Go to definition. Do we have somewhere where it says what its current attack is? I think that's it, isn't it? So let's go to definition. Attack type. Attack type. That's the thing that we've got to remember. How do we actually get to it again? Sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Bring this over here. That is current monster attack class. That's what we're after. So if current monster attack class is equal to attack type is equal to monster reaction type dot hyper beam, then hold, delete the script dot, and actually let's go a little bit fancier here. Go to definition. We've got hold attack here, but let's go have another one, which is going to be, even though it's going to essentially have exactly the same purpose of hold attack, I think just it would make sense to, no, you know what, let's just keep it as hold attack. No, we'll have another public bool attack first instead. Okay, there is a reason for this. Dot instance dot attack first instead equals true. If that or delete the script dot instance dot attack first instead, if either of those are true, then this one becomes false as well. So attack first instead. So now we just need to get this code here, which if I just purely because I've got quite a lot of things going, I'm just going to copy and paste this. Control C. Control V. So now our attackers are going to actually attack first, and then he's going to attack afterwards. So we are slowly getting there, bit by bit. We are making progress. Right. So now this should mean that we're going to attack first. And maybe we don't get rid of this yet. Let me do. Yeah, no, that's fine. So all of this occurs. Right, then it actually checks the drones. Now the problem is if it has any drones and it moves back, we haven't translated that information to our like mini version of the monster. So we're going to worry about that later. So what we could do instead is if attack, if delete this script dot instance dot attack first instead, we're going to do something else. I think actually we can do all of that. Control C, Control V. Yeah, like I said, we knew this was going to be ugly going in, but I think this will be worth it in the long run. Dot attack first instead equals false. I don't know, it doesn't need to be on this delete script function, but that's okay. Right, so drone creator script.instance. And that will be underscore monster mini script. So we're going to check the drones on the monster mini script. Drone creator script. While that's busy, that will be underscore monster mini script.select. Select next range action. Okay. Not sure what's going on here. Let's go to this definition. Oh yeah, that's fine. References. So that's okay. Here, this one we want it to be false. Okay, trust me, this does make sense. I think. So with that knowledge in mind, gosh, I knew this was going to be difficult, but this will open up so many good possibilities later when we're playing. So I'm still optimistic about this whole endeavour. But let's have a look. So monster action script. We might need a script here which basically says, instead of like where we're getting the life, where we're setting up the life bar, we probably need a yeah, let me have a look. Yeah, we probably need a script here which basically just says get all the information from the main monster onto the mini monster, because where we've got select next ranged attack, we actually just don't need that anymore, I don't think. Because we're doing it off stream, I believe, off. So that should be good. Okay, right. So this is, like I say, we're still not there yet, but we're getting there, and I think we just need to check our progress while we're here. Right. Okay. So, jumping forward, because I also, like, we know that it's jump forward twice, and then the third move is where it enrages and jumps forward. So, right, now Beanstalk, perfect. Okay, so we've got 40 and 40. But we're adding some rubbish to our deck. Okay, so these guys should attack for that much damage, and then we'll just see. Let's just see what happens. So we should be attacking first, great. So that's still good. Okay. Now, if I were to get rid of that. So let's just see. Let's just check that. I think that kind of works out okay. All right, we are getting there. We are getting there. So here's the problem. So what we need to do is there's still some bit down the line where, in fact, let's actually check another couple of things. Sorry, there's a few things that I want to check because I want to see if see what happens to yeah, don't worry. So this bad boy here, it's going to do the hyper beam, which is going to do a big attack and jump back. But I want to just check that it hasn't decided its next move yet. So let's go. I just want that for experimental purposes. Okay. And this one doesn't. Okay, that's fine. That's actually what I want. I wanted to check that it hadn't selected its next move there, which is good because this thing should be destroyed. The only reason I haven't destroyed it yet is because like I want to make sure I've got all the important data that I need from it. So what we want now is the ability to translate drones from one place to another. So for us to be able to do that, and let's just double check that it doesn't work, even though that sounds a sort of pessimistic way of doing it. Let's go into Benji, and we're just going to move these skills around. So hyper beam, we actually want to have scrap drone and then hyper beam. So yeah, because it's like I'm having to really kind of like, it's quite an awkward sort of transition here. Let's go have that. Okay. I just want to just check that the damage is still good. So it's going to come up. Now it's going to do the trash drone. So it's going to create this drone here. Alright. Yep, that's fine. It's added the trash like expected. Now, we're going to end turn again. The attack damage is done. He's going to go over, do about 30 damage. Yeah, come back. But the drone isn't there. So even if I were to end... Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. That is interesting. So it still did add the trash to my deck because of the drone. I would be intrigued as to if it did happen again now. No, it hasn't, but that's okay. So we're not as far off as I would have originally thought. Yeah, like I say, apologies that this is quite a slow-paced endeavour. I probably should have had a bit slightly more of a sort of a plan as to how I was going to do this. So I believe in off combat, select next range. So I think what we want to do is check once the drones. Yeah, because this is why I'm a bit confused, because when it first initially did the it was checking these drones here. Let's go to this definition. So it's actually okay, so it's going through here. Okay, so here's where the problem lies. The drones aren't actually... it's actually still accessing the drones from the one that has been... okay, but that's okay. That's the parent script. Yeah, this is tricky. You know, I think we have made a lot of progress. We're not quite there, but I think what I would probably do, just purely because I think this is just going to be a little bit too tricky, I might I might have to end it here, because this is one of those things where I'm going to have to just do a little bit of ugly kind of back and forth, trying to work out the best way of creating the drones. I'm going to give it another sort of, say, maybe 10-15 minutes, see if I can kind of get through this deadlock. What's the parent script? So, yeah, it's this bit here. So what we kind of need, I mean, let's see if I can actually think of a good way of doing this. Monster drone scripts. Go to definition. Because there might be just a simple way of just physically just clicking these monster drone scripts into the place where they should be. Because it's still activating the drones from the main up close one. Right, which... So let me public void move drones from one place, from, let's go main to mini. Yeah, so I think my initial thing, it will just click them over. So we've got all these drone scripts. When we're creating them, let's just have a little look. I've just got to work out the actual vector, so I think this is it, yeah. That's probably the key bit of information that we need. So, for int for monster drone scripts. Yeah. Monster drone scripts dot length dot count, sorry. Control V. Underscore monster drone scripts I dot no, not that one. This one. Go to definition. Oh, we've just got the drone trans. That's no problem at all. So dot drone trans dot parent equals monster master script dot instance dot mini script dot get life bar script dot get base trans okay, and then underscore monster drone scripts I dot dot local position. Yeah, it's ugly, but I think this might work. Equals summon vec. Right, is that all we need to do? And so move drones. I think just move drones to mini. Move drones to mini monster. Oh yeah. Control C. So we're actually, surprisingly enough, this is actually slowly but surely, and what we can do now as well, now that I've kind of done this, we can do move drones to monster, and we can actually just have monster parent script, and that will just be monster parent script. Right. Okay. Like obviously, if I was just gonna do one move that did it, I'd just be like, you know what? Let's just say once the monster arrives, we're never gonna move it back into the main minimap. But I want to have that as a like a mechanic that is doable. You know, that's why I'm kind of making a big. That's why I'm going through all of this. We knew this was going to be painful going in, but I think we're kind of quite happy. Right, so that's going in there. Okay, so we just need to move the drones. And I think we can do that in maybe even in the combat script. Maybe not. So I've got to work out, because there's some things that I can do here and some things that I can do in the... Yeah, actually. So what's actually happening here? Select next range attack. Monster drone creator script dot instance dot move drones to monster, and that will be this bad boy over here. Right, okay. I think we give it a shot and see what happens. We kind of want to check the drones as the last thing. Kind of want to have that. No, maybe not. Okay, right. So I think where we're doing that, we're just going to move this up here. Okay, let's give it a go, because this way it'll be easier to destroy our main our monster main script. Yeah, I knew this is always going to be difficult, but you know what? I think we've just gone through it very slowly, methodically. And oh yeah, by the way, I still haven't moved I haven't got any way of yet of. So at the moment, there's no drones on it. It's jumping forward. Still no drones. It's now creating a drone, which is going to give us some rubbish. And it's put the rubbish in. Now, end turn. We're jumping over like that. It's doing the damage. It's now jumping back. And it's activated that, which is great. And now I want to see... Oh yeah, of course. So... now when it comes up close... Now that's interesting. Oh, hold on, I kind of want to make sure I survive this for testing purposes. So that is there. I want to see if it's still adding if this is still activating. It is. It is. Okay. So, I mean, we even though it's ugly at the moment, but that's what we need to do. We need to make a bad version to then make it better. But now that we've almost made the ugly version, we can now kind of work. We can slowly work on actually making the better version. But this is really good. So check. So one thing that's very interesting is when I'm actually checking the drones, in theory, we don't need this as an argument. So let me go to definition. At what point... oh, I guess we do. I guess we do need it. But let's just find out all the instances in which we do. I guess, yeah. No, we still do need it because we just don't need it for this one. But that's okay. Yeah, so all we need now is to... when it's created, when we're going back, when it's arriving at the main thing, we want to move the drones to the correct place. Then once we've done that, we can now work on just making it tidier and making it look better. Oh my gosh, okay, yes, all right. Right, we are actually making, like, this is... oh, I think, yeah, it's kind of like, imagine trying to make a big Lego model of something, but then realising that all of the actual pieces of Lego that you've got are bits which you actually need to super glue together to make proper Lego bricks. That's kind of what we've been doing for the last hour or whatever, half an hour, maybe even longer. It's like, okay, here is something that I haven't accounted for at all and is very difficult to do. Let's just super glue all the bits together. So now... we've got to work out the point in which... So all we need to do left now is to destroy the main version, which should be okay to do. In fact, I've got a kind of better idea, maybe. Let me try and work out, because what I'm thinking is... Yeah, okay, sorry. My brain is sort of whizzing round. I've got several ideas. What shall we work on first? So, transferring the... when we're moving back, so map script, fade back in... yeah, so when we're actually coming up close, so jump forward, we're fading that away, the mini script is jumping forward there, and then we're creating the main monster. Let's go to definition, creating monster main script equals that. So we can actually just have a cheeky little if underscore monster main script is not equal to null. Destroy underscore monster main script dot game object. And let's go just make this a little bit cleaner. Underscore monster main script equals null. So that's only going to destroy it when it arrives, but that's okay. Summon. So this is it's summoning, and then we're going to have monster drone creator script dot instance dot move drones to monster underscore monster main script Okay. I think we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Right, the reason I've gone through all of this effort is because I would like, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but I would want a card that like you cast and it like essentially knocks the whole enemy back one step. Like as a potential card that we could use in the future. Right, so we're getting up close. Right, it's creating the trash and activating, which is what we want. Now it's going to do this big hyper attack. Let's go get rid of this just in case, and let me make a nuclear defense. Right. So yeah, and that's activated. Right, so that's everything's working. That's its move that it's going to do. It's going to raise its attack. And then it's going to move closer. That was okay. Right, now I just want to check that this will still activate. So it's going to do its attack again. And it's still going to put the trash in. I think we've done it. I think we've done it, boys. Okay. Right, nice. That was painful. If any of you sticking around there, that was painful. But I think we're making really good progress here. Right, brilliant. Okay, I can relax now. That's such a big deal. So it's still not perfect. It's still not perfect because like the life bar, when you've done damage and it's trying to refresh it, it's still not ideal, but I think this is close enough. I will do some playtesting with that like a bit later, because I think we have done it, but that was really that was a proper achievement. I did not think I was going to be able to get that done in time. Right. Yeah, I'm going to put in progress because, yeah, just the concept of moving the enemy back into the map is such a complicated thing to do. I mean, I've done it. It's my own fault. I'm not it's not as though Unity, you've made it so. No, this is all my own doing. But it is difficult. Right. So, ugly, but I'm going to iron it out and make it look better at some point, but I think now that I've done that bit, I'm quite happy. So anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, so arrange it so the enemies are in a fixed order. What I mean by that is I want to, at the moment, the enemies are quite in a sort of randomish sort of order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, actually, I'm losing count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So what we kind of want to do is we want to have, just for the sort of demo purposes, we want to have 12 enemies, and they all just get successively more difficult. There's going to be when it comes to the enemies in order, they're going to be in a very fixed order. So it will just be you fight all 12 enemies and they get progressively more difficult. But a big thing that I want to work on is having different themes for each enemy. And that's kind of this is more, like I say, it's early going. But yeah, like I said, I just want to have a different theme for each enemy. Like, for example, I want Renegade. Hold on, if I get to the picture, where is it? It's over here. So my face is in the way. But I want this guy. His general theme is he adds lots of trash to the deck. like, yeah, so he's going to be a sort of pain. He probably might not even be that damaging, but he's going to just ruin your deck. He's going to just put so much rubbish in your deck that you want to, yeah, that like, yeah, it's going to be sort of problematic. I want, I think the snake one has already got a decent theme. He does a move, which means he's got a drone where he's constantly gaining attack. But I think for the time being, just purely, I was hoping I could go longer, but my brain is properly frazzled, so I'm going to call it here. But thanks so much for sticking around. Yeah, like we've made actually a lot of progress. I mean, that hyper beam, I can't tell you the complexity of moving something from the front line all the way to the back. So I had so many problems, and there's still going to be problems to come. But the fact that I've actually kind of broken the back of it has just been fantastic. Yeah, cool. Anyway, I'll have a little look, see who I can raid. But thanks so much for sticking around, and I'll see you guys later. Oh yeah.